Ms. Vandana Maudgil, a dedicated educator with a master's degree in English and certification in NLP, has over 14 years of experience and currently serves as the headmistress at GD Goenka Public School. A lifelong learner, she is committed to creating safe, positive, and supportive learning ecosystems that foster academic excellence, holistic development, and life skills. Her leadership emphasizes continuous professional development for teachers and a nurturing environment where students thrive in academics, sports, music, and the arts. Guided by her clarity of purpose and passion for transformation, Ms. Maudgil is shaping future-ready individuals and driving meaningful change in the education sector. Hearty welcome, Ms. Vandana. Please proceed. The stage is yours.
Hearty welcome, Vandana ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a warm welcome.
Ma'am, you can proceed.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
So, first of all, a very good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to each and everybody present in today's session. I'm truly happy that you have taken time today to be here and understand about the social skills toolkits for teachers. Just to begin with, let me start with a simple reflection question. How many of us entered the teaching profession because we love teaching? Can I have the responses here? How many of us entered the teaching profession because we love teaching? Everyone? Right? Can I have the reactions, please? Thank you so much for such a... Thank you, Preeti ma'am. Thank you, Shobna ma'am. Thank you, Sumaira ma'am. Thank you so much. But when we go deep into teaching, somewhere we realize that managing people takes up more of our energy. Do you understand that? I hope you agree with that. That when coming to managing all these relations, when coming and managing all those people in the area we work, that takes lot of energy. Okay, so in that case, just one small question again. Which relationship in school affects your peace of mind? Waiting for answers. Which relationship in school affects your peace of mind the most? We know it, we have students with us, we have parents with us, we have colleagues with us, we have management with us. Interaction with the students take a toll on us, yes. Waiting for more responses. Yes, students. Again, students from Miss Reena. Thank you so much. Colleagues. Yes, colleagues also. Relationship with negative people. Again, colleagues. They also take a lot of toll on us. Right? Agreed. Parents also. Someone has written parents, and yes, it is true. Interaction with the parents is also tedious sometimes, and it takes a toll on us. Not obeying students, right? Sometimes with parents again. So many responses we are getting. And thank you so much everybody for being so interactive and being so wonderful audience here. Because today's session is basically not about becoming a better teacher. It is only about understanding and strengthening those people skills that will make us a lighter version of ourselves, a calmer version of ourselves, and believe me, a more confident teacher. Because once we feel light, we feel understandable. So let me just share my screen with you. Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it visible?
Yeah, clear, ma'am. Clear.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, yes, welcome you all to the topic Social Skills Toolkit for Teachers. Yes, we have 4 stakeholders with us: students, we have parents, we have management, and we have colleagues. So, students, 1 minute, sir. Just 1 minute, sir. Okay. See, today we will be just talking about one thing that is called the unseen curriculum. The unseen curriculum that we really never see, but that takes a lot of our energy, that drains our energy. And let me just take you back to a classroom where Miss Anya is here. Can you all just see my screen here? And can you see that Miss Anya here on the screen? Yes. Miss Anya. Miss Anya, she is a brilliant educator. She poured her heart into meticulously crafting lesson plans, believing that through preparation everything is possible. She was on time. She was preparing a lesson plan was on time. She worked sincerely and genuinely cared for each and every student of her. But yet, in the second picture, can you all see her children are again tensed? In the first picture, what can you all see that? Can anybody comment? In the first picture, what can you see? Miss Anya preparing a lesson plans. Miss Anya working hard on the topics to be taught to the children. And in the second picture, can you see children? They are all in the second picture. Her classroom felt very tense. Don't you feel that? Her classroom is very, very tense here.
Yes,
Because
students are not happy.
students are not happy, right? And here, if you'll see, she felt somewhere emotionally drained also, because students are unhappy after preparing, after working so hard again. And one day she realized something very, very important, and that is her teaching was strong, but her connection needs strengthening. And in the third picture, if you can see, she is trying to make connect with her children. Can you just see that? Thank you so much for your responses. So now I would like you all to try one small activity with me so that you can understand the topic in depth. Okay. See, it is all about discovering ourselves and understanding our blind spots here in this activity. In the first activity, what you are all supposed to do is you just have to rate yourself. Everybody, if you have one pen or paper with you, I'll just give you 1 minute. You can all bring your pen or paper or pencil or paper with you, or maybe you can type it in the phone also if you have that. Just shall I start? Okay, so here you have to, in the first activity, discovering yourself, handling student defiance. How many of you in the class feels that it is really upsetting when a student talks back or refuses to follow instructions. So, what is your emotion that time? What do you feel that time? You just have to rate from 1 to 5. 1 is the poor, then it is again good. It is like going like that. How good are you in that? How good are you in that? Have you marked that? Can I move on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can mark your that. Again, it is managing. Second is managing angry parents. How good are you managing angry parents? As a teacher, how good you think are you good in managing parents? Rate yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just rate yourself, everyone. I hope everybody has done that. Third is navigating colleague conflicts. How good are you in undermining or considering the tensions or the scenario that is created among the colleagues in handling those situations? Okay. Next we have, it is all about management. You have to pitch an idea or respond to criticism from the administration, or you have to pitch in with the management. You have to take your ideas to the management. How good are you having that kind of the skill? Rate yourself again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you so much. Now next is the mirror movement. In mirror movement, now what are you supposed to do all? Now rate yourself again, but from their perspective. Okay, see, we all have our own perspectives, but there is one perspective that another person thinks about us. So now just consider it from others' shoe and think and imagine how that person understands you in that particular thing. So how would your most challenging student rate your response? You have responded to one child's behavior, but what is the other child thinking about you that time? You just have to rate according to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same cheese, same thing, but you again have to rate yourself. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, how would coming to the second point, how would that angry parent rate your handling? You think you have handled the angry parent. The parent has already gone and left from the school. But what do you think a parent might have thought about you? 4. Okay, 4, 3. Good, good, good. Next is, how would your difficult colleague rate your professionalism? Again, the third point, where we are talking about the colleagues. Okay, 3. Someone is writing 3, someone is writing 4, someone is writing 5 also. And now next is, how would your management or your principal, they would rate your communication when you pitch in with any of the idea, or when you want to share any of your experience or anything which you think they should be considering. 4, 3. Again 4, 3. Oh, great, 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 great. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, everyone. So now I would like all of you to just take out the difference between that. What is the difference coming out from all these things? What is the difference? Talking about the student, what is the difference coming here? When you rate from your perspective and when you rate from the student's perspective, what was the difference here? Yes, I'm waiting for the responses. Okay, someone is saying 3, someone is saying 2. Three, 2. So that means one thing we have understood, that we have the difference here. Yes, we all have the differences here, and dear all, this is called the blind spot. The difference is the blind spot here, and the gap between your self rating and their likely rating, it is called the blind spot. And growth happens when we are brave enough to see ourselves through others' eyes. I hope I am clear here. Because what we think about ourselves, it is good. But sometimes when in a scenario in a school, we perceive ourselves in some other way and someone else perceive ourselves in a different way, and when we understand that kind of a gap, we start growing and we start understanding that yes, this is the point that was lacking in me. I hope I am clear till here, so that I can just move on. Can I? Are we all ready to explore the social skills that will just fill in these gaps? So let us understand the social skills that will really help you in understanding all the stakeholders of the school and will help surely in your personal and your professional growth also. Now, first is the pillar 1, right? And that is working with students, because the first and the foremost important pillar of any school is students. See, and now talking about the students, when we talk about the students, we have the different categories of the students. So a teacher working with a foundational age student, a teacher working with a middle school or a senior school, they have to have different kind of approaches. They cannot be following the same approach for all the kind of the students, because everybody has their own needs and everybody as per their age has their own demands and they expect that. For example, talking about the foundational stage, they need some kind of warmness. Talking about the middle stage, where we talk about grade 9 to age groups 9 to 13, they need a fear facilitator. Fear facilitator as in they want somebody who should be listening to them. Again, in a senior school, it is all about the respectful guide. We'll be talking about that in detail, but these are the general pointers I am basically discussing here. See, now talking about the foundational stages, that comes from age 3 to 8. At this age, what happens is children are still learning how to feel safe in the world. They respond best to consistency. They respond best to predictability and calm energy. Consistency means they need morning greetings regularly. Predictable responses means they need a very steady tone, very calmer tone also. And while talking about the physical presence, they need someone should make them feel warmth also. And sometimes a teacher is also told that they should be all kneeling to their eye level and just make that kind of a connect, so that the children there are having such kind of warmth. And again, we should be giving them the clear boundaries. We use walking feet inside, not don't run. Like, we have to tell them about the guidelines, we have to tell them about the boundaries of the classes. But yes, a calmer tone is always a suggestion here. So this was all about foundational stage. Now talking about the middle stage. This is the stage wherein middle school students are extremely sensitive to fairness and comparison, right? They feel offended when a teacher compares it. Sometimes what happens in a bit of a rush, or sometimes we start comparing our children. We start comparing, okay, fine, this child is doing good, but you are not doing good. He is getting so much good marks in that particular subject, and that child is not getting, you are not able to cope up with that. And middle school children, especially from ages 9 to 13, they need just the fear facilitator. They don't need anything else other than this. Because in that case, if you find that, okay, fine, there is some issue that has just popped up in the class, and you identify the children and start talking to them start talking about their issues a in a entire classroom, that would make them offended in that case. Okay, so never ever single out, address whole class issues about each and everything. And if you want to do any kind of a private conversation where you think, okay, fine, I have to focus on that particular child, in that case, preserve the dignity of the child, because that is the most important part here. And yes, again, this age group wants logical consequences. They will not hear you once understand that the issue or the pointer behind that is not logical. So give them logic, tell them about the reason, and then they will surely listen to you. They will surely follow you whatever you are telling them. And again, humor, right? These children start believing that you are the role models for them, right? And they expect a lot from you. It is not only about the academics teaching, it is about making the classroom light also sometimes, and humorous also sometimes, and also acknowledging the effort of each and every child, because that is the only expectation of this age group. Now we'll talk about the senior school, that is from ages 14 to 18. And one word and one thing that actually is applicable to all of them is the respect. They need respect. You give them respect, they will give you respect. I hope I am clear till now. Any doubts? Anybody would like to have anything, any question? And I hope I am making sense of each and everything. Thank you so much. Mr. Jyoti has returned foundational stage. Can I just know what you want to know about foundational stage? Okay. So let us. Actually, the slide was not clear. Okay, I will share the slide again with you. Once we'll just go through that, I will for sure share the slide with you. So talking about the senior school, when we talk about the senior school, that comes from age 14 to 18. So the one thing they require is the respectful guide. That is the one thing they all require. And what happens is, once we start talking to them, we think, fine, this is the conversation wherein we can tell them anything, we can scold them in front of the entire class. But believe me, they are now emerging as adults, they are not children. So they want that kind of dignity, they want that kind of self-respect. When you want any kind of work from them, offer choices to them. Do not just command them, do not just tell them you have to do it. They are not going to do that. Times have changed, and change is constant, and we have to understand that we have to go with the change only. So here, when we offer them choices, we can tell them, okay, fine, if the child is not able to submit any work on Friday, if you have given that, give them that Monday, but give them that kind of leverage. They want that leverage, but yes, the deadlines should be maintained, the decisions should be stricter, and the deadlines cannot be again taking very leniently, because this is the time when their mind is also being developed, and once taken lightly from you, they will never take you seriously also. So give them logic, give them choices also, but make firm boundaries for them. Be very consistent but not control them, because they understand consistency, they understand logics, they understand choices also, but they does not understand controlling. And out of all these things, if you do any kind of mistakes also, as a human being also, in that case, accept that, right? And tell them ki, okay, fine, I have made the mistake, but do not bring that kind of a ego in between you and your child. Now, we'll take just a case study here that talks about the defiant student, right? Rohan is a student of grade 7. He talks back with the teacher, and class watches as he refuses. Can you all see my slide? I hope. So, we are talking about a student that is in grade 7, and the situation arises is the teacher has told Rohan something and he refused, and the entire class is watching the thing. So now here, what is a teacher not supposed to do? What do you think? Any answers? Yes, the teacher should not be sending him outside the class. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Ashwarya ma'am. Yes, the teacher should escalate it publicly, right? She should not be shouting on the child, or she should not be telling anything to the child in front of each and everybody present in the class, and send him out immediately, right? Not to talk about an or before all. Rightly said, agreed. And now, points are what a teacher should do. She should be staying calm, lower her voice, and maintain composure also. And tell the child, yes, Rohan, I want to speak to you privately. And then in that case, teacher can just go with the child outside and maybe tell him or tell Rohan about all his behavior, not publicly but privately. So the private conversation is very important that time. We cannot escalate the matter in front of everybody. Again, talking about the next case study, that is challenging your authority. If you see a child is testing your boundaries, and the teachers who are actually dealing with senior children, they might have seen sometimes a child is really trying to annoy you, sometimes a child is really trying to challenge your authority also. In that case, a teacher sometimes feel offended, she feels bad also. But what is the power move by the teacher? Let us understand that. Here in this situation, Meera, question you are grading in front of the class. That's not fair. You gave Amit a better grade for the same work. Class is silent, waiting for your response. So the same situation happened. Now, a child is challenging the authority of a teacher here. So what a teacher has done here? Acknowledge publicly. That's a valid concern, Meera. Defer privately. Let's review both papers together after class. So that means the teacher has acknowledged that fine, the child has told me this thing and I am going to find it out. Now her next move was, she said, let's review both papers together after class. Follow thoroughly, actually meet with her, show transparency. Now she has again shown the papers to the child and she wanted to have the transparency. If wrong, admit it and adjust the grade. If wrong, we can always admit it. And if not wrong, then in that case, we can tell the child, we can counsel the child also. And then the next day, it can be told in the class also. So that means authority isn't about being right always. Nobody can be right always. It's always good to be fair, it's always good to be transparent, it's always good to listen to others also before any kind of reaction. So we have all covered the first pillar, that was the pillar working with students, and we have learned how in different stages the things work, and we can be a good communicator, we can have good social skills and make our first pillar the stronger one. Second is working with parents. Now, understanding the parent behavior. How many of you actually struggle while dealing with the parent? For them, the class is okay. For them, they are able to manage the class also. They know they are able to handle all the students also. But when coming to the parent, it becomes a very difficult, it becomes a tedious task for them, because parents are of different type and they do not sometimes understand the situation also, and there are very very difficult parents also. These are the types of parents we'll be discussing. One is the anxious parent. One is the anxious. Yes, Kavita ma'am, you are absolutely right. Not all the parents, okay, because we have seen there are multiple kind of parents, and we are talking about the parents. There are some parents who are very very, yes, I agree. Not all parents are same, but there are one or two parents in any class who are really annoying and who will take your energy, who will suck your energy, and they want to make groups in the classes also. This is what I have also seen and observed with my parents also when all these things happen. Right. Some parents only, but yes, those parents are very, very, very troublesome. And the parents are anxious parents, fear their child is falling behind. There are few anxious parents, they are always in a fearful situation wherein they feel that yes, the child is my child is falling behind. Everybody is rising, everybody is growing, but my child is not doing this, my child is not doing this. So now what do they want? How can we help that kind of a parent? We can again give them that kind of the reassurance, and maybe we can just specify the data with them. We can tell them ki no, your child is not falling behind, he is at par with the class. And definitely here you can just specify and you can show the data also to the children. There are parents. Next type of the parents is defensive parent, parents of intellectual child. Right, very good. I think absolutely fine, Harika ma'am. The defensive parent are the kind of parents feels judged as a parent, right? In the sense ki once you tell them ki okay fine, the child has not done the whole homework also, this is a simple thing which you give them, but they become kind of defensive, they don't want to hear anything. And these kind of parents generally needs a partnership kind of a language. They will not understand once you will tell them ki see, you have to take care of the child, your child is not doing the homework on time, your child is not disciplined. Once you have told them like this, they will become defensive and they'll never listen to you and start blaming you only. So here only the partnership kind of the language works. From yes, Miss yes, Raju ma'am. Next is the demanding parent. Third is a demanding parent, talking about the high expectations. They want best for the child. They want 100 on 100 also if it is from it, and they want everything should be perfect. But now these kind of children, they need just clear boundaries, and sorry, parents, they need clear boundaries and they need to be respected respected for their high expectations, because when these kind of parents come, they only talk about the marks, they only talk about their expectations, they do not see the potential of the child also, they do not see the talent of the child also, but their expectation is too high. Here you have to have the clear boundaries with them, tell them about the talent of the child and tell them about their expectation. And that is what previously we learned about the blind spot. Here we can just tell them about that kind of a blind spot and we can speak about that particular thing. Next is the absent parent. Is the parent that is overwhelmed or disengaged. Needs simple actionable steps. There are some parents, you will ask them for any form, you will ask them for any kind of a thing, expectation, but they will never respond, never ever, and they don't want to even participate also. Next is again a kind of parents, that is the helicopter parent. Anybody knows about what is helicopter parent? Can anybody just tell me what is a helicopter parent? Anybody knows? Anybody can talk about helicopter parent? Yes, overprotective parents. Thank you so much. Yes, a helicopter parent is a parent who is overly involved in with their child and constantly monitoring, constantly hovering for each and everything. So for these kind of parents also, we need to set boundaries while maintaining their respect and tell them about the protocol, set them the expectations, set the boundaries for them. Next is the underminer. Underminer is, they are always underestimate. Anybody who can just tell me who are underminer parents? Anybody who can just tell me what are underminers? Yes, they are never ever satisfied. Thank you so much, Niharika ma'am. They are never satisfied. They want to speak to the seniors, they want to go to the coordinator, they want to go and meet the principal also, because they are never ever satisfied. Whatever you do with them, whatever the child does, how much high score the child does also, but still they are not going to settle. Next is the blamer parent, weaken their authority. Yes, ma'am. Again, the blamer parent, I understand. Again, the blamer parent is the parent who is always and always blaming the teacher, and they're always frustrated, they never want to appreciate for any kind of the effort also. Next, fourth is the absent and the angry parent. I have, that means you have to make sure that this parent, right, he will be absent throughout the year, right, and once in a while they will all just come and talk that my child has not done this, my child has not done this. So the entire year they'll be absent, but once one fine day they will all arrive as an angry parent and start blaming the authorities. Next is, whenever we are talking about all these kind of troublemaker parents, we have to be very kind and firm with them. Very kind and firm. But we have to tell them about the protocols, we have to set the boundaries with them, we cannot please them. Because what I have seen also, there are schools that are telling the teachers to pamper a parent, but pampering or pleasing the parents does not value a lot. That can be a temporary solution for anything, any mishap happen or anything that has happened with the child, but that won't ever be helpful in a long run. So always be kind, be polite, but be firm with the parent. Talk only about the boundaries, talk only about the rules, and set boundaries for them. And for that, I have a wonderful method for all of you. If you have some notebook or something, I would want all of you to just make a note of this method, so that should be very, very helpful for you whenever you are talking with any of the parent. This is called the STAR method, STAR, STAR method for parent conversations. Whenever we are talking with any kind of a parent, always start with positives. Always. So S is start with positives. I hope I am clear. I hope I am clear till here. Thank you. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. Thank you so much. So, the first, we are talking about the STAR methods. Again, I urge all of you to make note of all these points. If you do not have paper pen with you, write down in phone, and if you still are not able to write it down, make a note in your head also. That would also work, because I have come up with a framework that you can actually never forget. So STAR method for parent conversation, it is first, start with positives. Always talk about the good points of their children. Now, second point is tell the concerns. Tell the concern very politely. Tell about the concerns, then talk about the partnership, right? Like, suppose you have a child who is really not able to work any of the assignment on time, and you see the child is struggling. So when the parent is in front of you, talk about one good side of the child, then talk about the concerns what you are having. Talk about the child is able to do that good in particular subject, but I have also noticed he's struggling to complete assignment on time, so that the parent should feel ki, okay, fine, you are not taking out the flaws from in my child, you are trying to rectify what her weaknesses are. Then third point A is ask for partnership. What are you seeing at home? How can we work together? So now talk about how is the child behaving at home, and how can we work together as a team so that we can actually help the child, because a child blooms wonderfully when it is a teamwork between a parent and a teacher. And next is resolve with action plan. Fourth is resolve with action plan. Now, with a parent partnership, make one action plan, make one strategy, and start working on that method. And then check it weekly, do regular follow-ups, and always use we while talking to the parent about the child. If you will tell them ki, I have found that mistake and I think I will be able to do it, never ever use this kind of language with the parent, otherwise they might feel offended also, and they might not be that might not be a healthy conversation. So I hope you have all made up the point of STAR method for parent conversation. STAR, STAR method for conversation. If you want, you can take the screenshot also of the particular slide, so that it can be benefited for you later also. Next, Now if any kind of an angry parent comes to you, how are you going to have that kind of the situation with the star method? A parent storms into a classroom after school furious. My daughter came home crying because you embarrassed her in front of the class. This is unacceptable. And this is the situation here. So, what is the response strategy here? So, now again, a star method is used here. Can anybody, would anybody like to speak anything about how we use star method in this? How can we use star method in this? Anybody would like to comment? Okay. So basically, again, when this kind of issue is here in front of you, do not defend immediately. Listen, acknowledge the feelings, hear your perspective, then again find out a very, very common ground and then make the action plan for the same and talk about only we, not I. Third is working with colleagues. Third pillar is working with colleagues, because if one of the pillar is not working, is not strong. Yes, listen first and then respond calmly. Yes, thank you so much. So third pillar is working with colleagues. Now what is the colleagues ecosystem, right? You have a wonderful time one day, right? Your parents, your students are fine, you had a wonderful class, you had a wonderful parents. But again, if you have a bad relation with any of your colleagues, you will feel that you had a bad day again. Have you ever realized that? Yes. So these are the types of colleagues you will find in the school ecosystem. First, understanding different types of teachers. There are different types of teachers in the classroom present, in the staff room present. So understand their behavior, understand how it works. So talking about the veteran are the people who are experienced people. They want to share their experience, but somehow sometimes we feel that they are becoming authoritative and they are talking about just their experience and not understanding us. So what we have to do here is, when we know the person is the veteran, we have to respect their experience. We can ask them for the advice also, and never ever dismiss their old ways, because they'll be always talking about old ways ki we used to do that, we used to do that. But we cannot dismiss it altogether. We have to listen to them, we have to understand and respect their experiences. Second is the innovator. There are colleagues who are very innovative. Learn from their energy, try to have that kind of energy and find balance somehow. Third is the collaborator, right? Now collaborator is the person who really love to be in the team, who really work to make sure the things are all aligned, and they have a natural tendency to do that, right? So we have to here nurture this kind of relationship, because we have got these kind of people who want to lead the team, who want to be the part of that particular team and try to ensure that their team goes and works really well. Next is the lone wolf. Lone wolf are the teachers or the colleagues. They kind of respect their own spaces, right? And they will not entertain anybody. They are just okay to sit in a staff room, take that kind of a proper lonely space and just doing their own work. They don't want to interact too much, and that is their natural taste, that is their natural nature. So we cannot force them, and we cannot tell them again, okay fine, she does not want to talk, she is having such kind of a ego also. So these things will really not help you rather, and it will not disturb that person, because that person is that kind only. So ultimately it is going to disturb you only, it will take your energy only. Next is the complainer, right? And there are many teachers who are actually the complainer, and we try to avoid all these people, because we know once they know any mistake we have done, they'll just go to the authorities, they'll talk to them. So for these people, I think we should all be setting boundaries, and don't ever get pulled into the negativity. Give space to yourselves and understand these types of people exist everywhere, whether it is a school or whether it is any kind of a setup. So understand the psychology of a parent, of a colleague also, and try to avoid the situation and do not get pulled into the kind of the negativity. Last is the competitor. They are very professional people, right? They know why are they in that kind of the profession, right? They focus on students only. They know what is their goal, they know what is their purpose, they know what is the idea behind teaching. So they are very professional. They will not go into any kind of gossip, they will not go into any kind of negativity. So they focus on their goal. So if you find someone like that, build reputation, build connection with those kind of people, because they are the kind of people who does not talk about only people when they are sitting together. They talk about the ideas, and if you really want to grow into your life, find out the people who will help you grow rather than just pull you back. Can we move on? Oh, so this is the part that is there in all the staff rooms. Yes, here is the politics happening. How many of you have seen that kind of scene in the staff rooms? Yes, I have definitely seen people gossiping, people talking about so many things, people talking about differences, people not contributing positively also. They are not talking about the students also. Yes, they forget that why are they here in the school, why are they in that kind of a setup. They forget the students are the last person for them to acknowledge. Rather they have other gossips, rather they have so many gaps in between, that now they have become the part of politics. So what is the strategy to have those kinds of harmony in that particular class, particular staff room, right? So stay neutral. Whenever you say any conflicts, stay very neutral. Do not be the part of any kind of conflicts. Understand your goal and understand that this will not lead you anywhere. Again, set gossip boundaries also. I am not saying talking when you're going out, you make friends, you talk to the people, but however, you have to understand what are your gossip boundaries, and suddenly change the topic if you think it is going beyond your boundaries. Contribute positively wherein you go. Share your resources, celebrate others' wins, offer help, and do whatever good you can do. Respect differences. Different teaching styles can all be very effective, right? So you cannot be pointing out that the same topic by me was done brilliantly and the same topic done with that particular teacher was not done in a good way. So respect all these kind of differences. Everybody has their own teaching styles, everybody has their own teaching patterns, everybody has their own set of rules and their methodologies and their pedagogies while teaching. So respect those differences, understand those differences, and try to take out best from each, and best from each teacher, and be the best version of everybody. Now, this is a case study where we are talking about a difficult colleague, right? So, when professional relationship gets tense, sometimes these things happen when professional relationship gets tense. So, the situation here is your co-teacher for grade 6 constantly undermines you in front of the stand. Well, I would not have it differently. That's not how we usually do things. Students are confused about expectations. Have you seen this kind of a scenario in a classroom? Yes, being in a leadership level in my school also, I have seen multiple times these things, these kind of conflicts happening in the staff room, outside the staff room, in the front of the children also. And believe me, this is something which is really bothering and which is really disturbing, because even a child of 4 years and a child of 16 years also watches and start believing in all these things. So every time we are noticing all these things, we have to understand that first and the foremost thing is we have to be very professional, focus on the student impact, and seek the solution always. And if it continues again, right, uh, be very sure that you are all kind of documenting all these things also, as you never know, whenever the leadership position, whenever any kind of the management people are involved, because these things, these matters are not hidden for a very longer period. And talking about the management, they are not going into your personal conflicts, because for them the school is the highest most thing, and they are there just maintaining their organization and not considering these small conflicts. Whether you are a good teacher also, once they have heard that these conflicts are arising continuously, they might take a very harsh step also, and that might can be a very old teacher also. So ensure that whenever you are in that kind of a setup, be professional always. Never ever do or behave like that in front of the student especially. And the last pillar and the most important pillar is the working with management, right? And talking about the management, what basically happens when we think about the management? See, school leadership looks at the larger picture. See, these are the priorities of the management. First, they just considered about the student outcomes. They understand the school reputation. They understand the compliances and the safety part of that. And then they consider about the teachers also. So for them, all these 4 pointers are very important, and if one point is not working out of them, they might take a very harsh step also. And the situation can be out of control if those three things are not taken care initially. So when we talk about the management also, these are the 4 things we have spoken about, that these are the 4 things that are very important to them. But I have seen sometimes a teacher is struggling to just pitch in, to share their ideas with the management, to share their experiences with the management. And this is how we will talk about another innovative method that would really help you in your professional life. First was the STAR method, which we spoke about, the method with parents. Now we'll be talking about next framework, pitch method, that will help you to grow professionally into your career. How to present ideas to leadership, right? Talking about the pitch method, first we'll talk about P is problem. State it clearly, right? If you have any problem, do not hide, do not manipulate, just state the problem very, very, very clearly. Suppose I'm talking about our grade 8 students are struggling with, tell them it is their organization, it is their school, and they want best for everybody, whether it is a parent, whether it is a teacher, or whether it is a student. So speak clearly when you want to pitch with them. Second is impact, show the consequences. If you have an idea, if you want to, if you have an idea, if you want to share that, so this affect test tone and parents and the confidence also. Show them that okay, these things will impact if we are not going to take the action. So first is state the problem to them, second is tell them about the impact, third is tried, what you have already done. Tell them ki yes, you are also the part of the organization and you have already done this. Do not always come with only problem. Tell them yes, this is the thing which I have already done till now. Next, fourth is change your specific proposal. Now because you need few resources, few things, few supports and help from the management, talk about that yes, I propose this, now I want this from you because I have tried, but now the cost is also required for that particular thing, so only the management would be able to help me here. Next is help, what you need from them. Again, you can always tell them you have all shared your change proposal with them. Now talk about the help part, ki what help you need from them. Be specific and be very clear about whatever you require from them. Last is the handling criticism from leadership. When you are called to a principal's office, the mindset matters a lot. Listen without defensiveness. Okay, assume positive intent. They want school success. The only thing is the management, the principal, they only want the school success. They are not looking for any kind of conflicts. They want the people who come up with the pitch method and speak about the problems, speak about what you have tried, speak about the resolution, and speak about the things you would like to do to make their organization a success. Separate feedback from personal work, and I have already spoken about this. So if you want to be seen, if you want to be heard, if you want to be a star in your organization, if you want to be a star in your professional life, and if you also want yourself to become a leader, right? Be reliable. Be reliable, meet the deadlines always, show up that kind of preparedness, and follow up. Second is be solution oriented, bring ideas and not just complaints. Use data. Management and the leadership people, they like data. My students improved by X and I think it is working. Talk about the data, talk with the data with them. Volunteer strategically, join committees that align with your interests. So see your interest also. Do not go into the gossip, do not go into the staff room and talk about all these things, because when you have these kind of social kit tools with us, nobody can help, nobody can stop you from going. And last is communicate proactively with the pitch method already shared with you, and always and always and always stay positive. Again, if you want to have this formula, you can always take a screenshot of that. That would really help you in that. So just I have just made one formula of 30 days social skill action plan, wherein you have how to just move on in your life with in school life, students, parents, colleagues, and management. So this is a week wise plan, and then the follow up plan and the pitch method also. And again, how will you be able to work? And believe me, if you are going to follow all these things which I have put all together, and I have also implemented and executed in my life to reach at that level wherein I think all these things creates and feel wonderful and brings a magic in your world, because I want everybody to be a good leader and be with an organization wherein you can help them grow. So in the end, I would like all of you to find reflection and commitment here. So my last question is, which pillar needs your most immediate attention? Any answers, please? Which pillar do you think? It's just a reflection, commitment from your side. Which pillar you think needs your most attention? Students, I'm getting all the responsibilities for students. All four needs, yes. Student. See, most of us are writing students, but yes, again, I'll talk about the same thing. The social skill toolkit that I am sharing with you is for all the pillars, because all the pillars are really very important, whether it is a student, whether it is a parent, whether it is the management also. So think about that and make all your pillars strong and make a strongest foundation. So your commitment here is, you can write down your commitment. I commit to improving my social skills in the area of dash by implementing dash and starting dash. I would like all of you in the last to write down your commitment and share in chats. Quickly, I'll just count till 10. I'll count till 10. Thank you so much for writing your commitments. Informative, helpful. Thank you so much, Spita Swami. Thank you so much. Informative, helpful. Very interesting. So thank you so much. For the wonderful audience and for making this session so interactive and so wonderful, because see, this is, at last I would like to share that your influence becomes your legacy. If you want to create your legacy, if you want to grow stronger, higher and brighter in your life, the social skills you have cultivated today, right, are not just the tools, they are the foundations for a more impactful career and a thriving school community. So go forth, apply these insights, foster stronger relationship with students, with parents, with colleagues and with leaders also. And every interaction is an opportunity to lead with empathy and expertise. So thank you so much, everybody. So today your social skill journey starts now. And remember, social skills aren't innate, they are learned and they are practiced. You have the tools. Now go build the relationship that will sustain your career and help you develop into a great and wonderful leader. Thank you so much. The forum is open for any kind of questions. If you have any kind of question, you can always talk about that.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And dear educators, if you would like to share some doubts, if you want to ask questions to ma'am, you can just put the hands up and you can unmute yourself. Thank you so much, Vandana ma'am. So in the
Thank you
meantime,
so much, sir, for giving me that opportunity so that I can just bring that wonderful topic here
yes, ma'am.
and bringing such a wonderful audience who were actually very interactive. And I had a beautiful time here by sharing my learning, by sharing my experience, and how that will really help all of them in their life. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so
sir.
much, ma'am. You have given a very clear idea about a particular teacher, how to maintain the four pillars, uh, go in hand with all the four pillars, uh, giving importance to students, management, colleagues, and the classroom situation, how we can tackle so that the methodology along we can able to go with the hopes and expectations of the management. The meanwhile, have a good rapport with the colleagues. So totally, you have given a very good, clear idea about how to manage it. So it was a very wonderful class, ma'am, and it hope has helped all the educators who are in the platform of Extra Mile, and we expect more classes on the coming future also. So thank you for the wonderful evening you have created, ma'am. And on behalf of Extra Mile, I would like to thank today's resource person Vandana, ma'am, for her wonderful presentation. So shall we wind up, ma'am?
Yes, thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much for the wonderful audience
Thank
who
you.
gave me that opportunity to be here. Thank you so
Advance
much.
uh, blessings and wishing you and all educators a happy new year also.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.